After nearly 3 years of Brexit not happening, something finally, inevitably happened.
I will shortly leave the job that it has been the honour of my life to hold. I do so with no ill will, but with enormous and enduring gratitude to have had the opportunity to serve the country I love.
Now, Britain needs to work out a new problem. Did Prime Minister Theresa May screw Brexit up? Or was this a suicide mission for any Prime Minister?
It's a good moment to rehash her mistakes, not just because it's masochistic fun, but because those who don't learn from them will definitely repeat them.
Brexit means Brexit. Brexit means Brexit. Brexit means Brexit.
Clearly no one knew what Brexit was supposed to be. When May had a slim window to bring both sides together and negotiate what it could be by resolving whether the UK should stay in the single market, what that would mean for the border between Northern Ireland and the Republic, and how a split should affect immigration, security and rule of law, May decided to push the big red button, trigger Article 50 and start the clock on a 2-year time bomb.
No deal is better than a bad deal.
That kind of bluff would have been fine if, say, May was negotiating with a car salesman and could shop around. But there's only one EU, and anyone who does business in the UK is frankly terrified of what a no-deal Brexit would mean. Her slogan also gave politicians licence to take her at face value, see her deal as a bad deal, and vote against it. Exactly the opposite of what she wanted.
Many times during the campaign, I had wanted to achieve a larger majority, but that was not the result that we secured, and I'm sorry.
But perhaps May's greatest delusion, at least in the beginning, was that she was popular enough to pull this off. In a bid to enhance her authority, May called a general election, dropped 20 points in the polls with an abysmal campaign, lost her parliamentary majority, and was forced to cling on to a tiny, radical Northern Irish party to keep her job. When May's deal was defeated in the House of Commons by the largest margin in British history, she didn't get the message. She just put the same deal in front of them 3 times. She failed to respond to feedback or come up with a new deal. So even if May did take a dead-end job, she made enough unforced errors to make life even harder for her replacement. And that replacement's biggest problem right now, dealing with the results of this week's election for the European Parliament. May's Conservative Party is projected to land in a humiliating last place, losing to a single-issue protest party.
Still, hardline pro-Brexit Conservatives like Peter Bone are pretty excited.
So you've got what you've always wanted. What now?
Well, I've got a change in policy because we've changed the Prime Minister. We're going to get a new leader who's going to go back to the European Union, take no nonsense from the European Union, deliver a Brexit that the people voted for.
I mean, the European Union has been quite firm. This is the deal that they're offering, and that's it.
You wait and see. When we have a leader that believes in Brexit, who goes back there and says, this is what we want, and if you don't want it, we'll come out with a no deal, then I think we'll have a change of mood from the Europe.
But isn't that just fantastical?
Absolutely not. It's going to happen. And if you say to the European Union, by the way, lads, we've heard all this nonsense. If you're not going to change your deal, we're going to come out on a no-deal basis, then they will change their position very quickly.
But the reality, bring us back to reality, is...
Don't bring us back to reality. It's your fanciful mind that thinks this thing. That's what will happen.
Who do you think should be the next Prime Minister?
I just think Boris Johnson has the authority. I think he will unite the party, deliver Brexit, and we'll go
unite
on to
the
win.
party?
He will unite the party.
A lot of your colleagues have said that they'll resign from the party if Boris becomes leader.
And I will have a 10p bet with you that doesn't happen.
We went to the most stereotypically British place we could find to see if people think Boris Johnson can tackle the challenges that took down Theresa May.
So at the moment, the odds are that Britain's next Prime Minister is going to be Boris Johnson. How would you feel about that?
I mean, would be as much a laughingstock as America. Boris Johnson and Donald Trump running two of the most powerful countries.
Chuck Putin in there as well.
What do you think about Boris Johnson?
I mean, he's not my most favourite person in the world, or I'd want to stand in for Prime Minister, but
he does represent, I suppose, what you voted for.
Yeah, he represents what I voted for, but he doesn't represent what I believe in.
OK, right. Now, tell me that distinction.
I don't think he's a leader, to be honest. I don't think he's got that bit about him to lead the country.
And who would you want to take over then?
I would love to see Farage, because I'd love to see a change in the country.